Alright, hello. I'm not entirely sure how much of an intro is necessary because this may be the very first thing I upload. I haven't decided, but I guess I will give a brief intro. This is intended to be a place where I can channel messages, do some readings, based on what I feel is kind of calling to the collective in a way, or just feels important for me to deliver. And it is going to be this kind of podcast, almost ASMR type content format. So you can listen to this when you're doing pretty much anything. You don't have to visually see it. And in fact, I find that with this kind of format, you can kind of envision things. And your imagination is going to do some pretty amazing things with that. So I have a list here that I've compiled throughout the day of kind of confirmations / messages that want to find somebody. And you can kind of take these as both, like it could be both a confirmation, like the messages that we're going to talk about are for you if you can relate to any of these confirmations, or these are messages themselves. You'll kind of understand as I go, but yeah, I do want to keep this kind of like soft-spoken, cozy. I'm not talking very fast today, but I'm usually more of a fast talker. So maybe today's message calls for a more grounded, slow, kind of cozy, breathable energy where you feel like your brain can breathe, you feel like your body can breathe. That's kind of how I feel as I'm saying these things. So there's this slow like honey kind of energy, which there's actually a message in here or a confirmation about a liquid soap dispenser that's in the middle of the list. So that one just wanted to jump ahead and talk about itself. So let's just start. Let's see what messages want to come your way today. Let's start with the confirmations. I'm not sure what name I'm going to go by on here yet, so you can for now call me the liquid lavender soap dispenser. Okay, I don't want to waste too much time, so let's start. So the very first message that I wrote down was something about an open house. So have you been looking at houses? Have you been considering moving out? Have you been considering significantly shifting something in your life that would affect your lifestyle, your day-to-day, like your daily way of showing up, your daily habits? It would significantly alter those things. Have you been considering a decision? This is kind of about sustainability and about what serves you more long-term, and impacts on your health, impacts on your material needs, necessities for your body, even your mind. Have you been looking for a way to kind of transition out of something, change into something, add something into your life, or remove something from your life that would affect these things? Then this is for you. But yeah, more specifically, an open house it's not always just for houses, like when they open up a house and people can visit it and kind of tour the house and see, is this the place that I want to live in? But we could really be talking about, is this the way that I want to live? Is this the place that I want to live? Are these the people I want to live with? Are these the habits I want to live with? And you can extend that into whatever specifically fits your situation. Also, if you hear me kind of fidgeting, it's my rings, because I feel like it sounds kind of satisfying and I like it. So I hope it's not too bothersome if I'm just kind of like fluttering, and I'll try not to do it too much, but it's relaxing for me and it sounds good. So an open house could also refer to, I believe schools do this. I don't know. I remember when I was younger, like the elementary school would do like an open house where I think you could meet like the teachers. So maybe it's about some sort of orientation you'll be attending, some sort of integration into a new environment. There's something like that going on. I also just heard hospitable environment. So I wonder if one of the core themes that you're looking at right now seems like, what is right for me in the long term? It's not about like something in the future though. It's like, what do I really need right now? And how does that thing extend into all the areas of my life? And like, how does it sustain me? How does it work for me? Hospitable environment. Probably looking for a way to kind of live easier. How can I make things easier for myself? And what is the thing, the core decision or the move or the implementation or adjustment in my life that will make it easier for me to take care of myself and live a better life? I feel like that's probably a big question for you right now. The next thing we have, this could just be a confirmation, is something lavender infused, specifically like a cupcake or something. I don't know, something that it seems kind of elegant, right? Like infusing frosting with lavender or something like that. Maybe somebody here is like very interested in like baking or very crafty, elegant things like that, like party favors and, like candles with pearls and like aesthetic hobbies like that. Something like that may be relevant for someone. But yeah, lavender infused, there's this kind of air of an event, like a classy little event or an sophisticated kind of event. I don't know what you would call this kind of company or work. Like Etsy shops, they sell things like these, like handcrafted candles and perfumes and beautifully decorated boxes, things like that. I don't know what you call that, but that could be relevant for somebody. Look out for that. And then I heard house in the woods, probably just a confirmation for somebody. House in the woods, maybe there's something there for you, or somebody lives in a house in the woods, or they're looking to live someplace like that. This would be their confirmation. That little house in the woods. Then I heard a phrase, every time you feel like you want something, and it feels like it may be connected to like, every time you feel like you want something, there's some sort of pattern or behavior that comes up from within that affects this. So every time I'm going to give you an example, and it may be the case, it may not be, but this is just an example. Every time you feel like you want something, maybe you question yourself and you wonder, do I just want this because I want to escape from something in my daily life? Or is this a genuine dream? This theme has actually showed up quite a bit, so this also may be one of the core themes for this, whoever's listening, is every time you have a dream or a goal, you may kind of feel like it isn't pure, or it isn't meant to happen, or you just have this fear that kind of blocks you from kind of fully allowing yourself to want that thing. That sim? I don't know why I said that sim. What's a SIM card? Is it, I might be silly, but I don't know what a SIM card is, but that that may be significant for someone. But yeah, every time you feel like you want something kind of shows up. So that may be something you want to kind of reflect on, is like, how do I normally react to myself when I want something very much? Also, I thought I'd mention, I might divide these videos because my phone is very, how do I say this? It's intolerant to too much space being taken up in my camera, my photos, so I may divide these videos into multiple parts, so it's easier for me to upload into like iMovie or whatever I use. I don't even know yet, because I'm thinking of putting like cute thumbnails with my graphic design skills and kind of making them something you can look at instead of just like a dark screen. But it depends, I don't know. But yeah, I'm likely going to divide these videos into multiple parts, so keep that in mind. And that is the reason why it'll be a lot more accessible, and I will be uploading them consecutively. Anyhow, so probably not wanting to get longer than the 15-minute mark. So the next thing is cream soda or dirty soda. Just a quick confirmation for someone. Also, like, a lot of sweet cravings, just feeling like you need a sweet treat. Something bothersome that keeps coming back. Doesn't hold power over you, but for some reason you feel like it does. And the thing for sure is, Spirit is being very clear on this, is it shouldn't be in your life anymore. So there's something that I could say for years, months, for a significant period of time that's been very, very noticeable to you, however long that may be, but just it's very noticeable to you. Something keeps bothering you, and you may have in the past tried to kind of accommodate or settle and be like, why is this bothering me so much? Why am I letting this bother me? And you try to like kind of fix yourself and be like, okay, I can change this in what I'm doing so this thing bothers me less. But the truth of the matter is, this thing is just not meant to be in your life anymore. So it's going to keep bothering you until you are able to take the steps to change it and to possibly walk away from it or create some significant distance from it. But the thing is, it's being shown it doesn't hold power over you, but you feel like it does, which is as significant as if it did hold power over you. So how do I explain this? It's like, this thing that keeps bothering you, I think it did once hold a lot of power over you, so much so that it would significantly affect every decision in your life, is what I'm hearing. So you would take this thing into account, or this person even, and it would make it so that it just completely affected and like deterred your progress or your the purity of your decisions. Like, you were making decisions because of this thing, and because of that you weren't making the best decisions for yourself. Now, presently, it doesn't hold that power over you. Now you make decisions from a good place. However, I think you still have that voice in your head from this bothersome thing. It still kind of feeds into your fears and your doubts sometimes, and not to the point of like fully taking the reins in your decisions, but it does in some way kind of influence you still. So, if you think something has power over you, it pretty much has as much as if it did. So I hope that makes sense. Essentially, the point here is you have the power here, but there's something that's kind of just affecting the way you see yourself and the way you are influenced and kind of the approach you take to certain decisions, but you're still making good choices for yourself and you are aware of it now. That's the thing here. You are aware, and now I think you're realizing, yeah, so basically this keeps coming back and getting louder and still bothering me because it should not be in my life anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and start part 2.